This is lesson 11.9, volume of prisms. On a piece of grid paper, cut out a square that is 10 centimeters on each side. Cut a 1 centimeter square from each corner, fold the paper, and tape the corners together to make a box. What is the area of the base, or the bottom of the box? Well, because we cut out the corners and we fold it up, we actually have 8 by 8, which is 64 centimeters squared. How many centimeters, or what is the area of the base or the bottom of the box? What is the height of the box? The height of the box is 1 centimeter. How many centimeter cubes fit in the box? That would be 64. What do you notice about the product of the base area and the height of the box? Well, the area of the base times the height equals the volume. The volume of a three-dimensional figure is the measure of space occupied by it. It is measured in cubic units such as cubic centimeters or cubic inches. The volume of the figure at right can be shown using cubes. It's got a base that's 6 by 6 and a height of 2. The bottom layer holds 6 by times 6 or 36 cubes. Because there's 2 layers, it then has a volume of 72 cubic centimeters, 2 rows of 36. The figure above is a rectangular prism. A rectangular prism is a prism that has rectangular bases. To find the volume of a rectangular prism, you multiply the area of the base times the height, which is written like this. Some people prefer, myself included, to simply do length times width times height. And you can see that illustrated over here. They do a nice job of illustrating that. You take length times width to get the area of the base, then take that times the height. So you actually have 2 options, though they're really the same formula. Find the volume of the rectangular prism. Length times width times height. The length is 5, the width is 4, the height is 3, so 5 times 4 times 3 is 60. So let's use that formula to find the volume of the rectangular prism at the right. This is example A. Volume equals length times width times height. Our length is 9.5. Our width is 5. Our height is 3. Our volume, therefore, is 145.2 meters cubed. The company needs to decide which size lunchbox to manufacture. Which lunchbox shown will hold more food? Well, here we have length of 7.5, width of 3.75, and a height of 10. Cube B, or box B, has 8 as a width, 3.75 as a length, and 9.5 as a height. If we use the formula length times width times height for both of those, we find that the blue box, box A, has a volume of 281.25 cubic inches. The red box on the right has a volume of 285 cubic inches, therefore it will hold more food. I'm going to do the same thing in example B. Volume equals length times width times height. In our box on the left, we have a length of 3.5. We have a width of 3.5. That means our base is a square. And we have a height of 5. When we multiply those out, we get a volume of 61.25 cubic inches, or inches cubed. This is example A. Example B over here. Volume equals length times width times height. We have 4.5 times 4 times 4. So we've got a side here as a square. 4.5 times 4 times 4 gives us 72 inches cubed. So box B contains more popcorn because 72 is greater than 61.25. A triangular prism is a prism that has triangular bases. The diagram below shows that the volume of a triangular prism is also the product of the area of the base and the height. To find the area of the base, we have to find the area of a triangle. So to find the area of the base, it doesn't really show us that here, we're going to throw it in here, is 1/2 times the base times the height. That's the area of a triangle. You can see that they've used that here in example 3. The triangular bases are 6 by 8, so 1/2 times 6 times 8 times 9 gives us 216. 1/2 of 48 is 24. 24 times 9 is 216. That's how they arrive at that answer. Now we're going to do a couple. We're going to say volume equals area of the base times the height. We're going to do 1/2 times 4 times 5. You can see those are the dimensions of our triangle. We'll put that in parentheses times our height of 7. 1/2 times 4 times 5 is 10. 10 times 7 gives us a volume of 70 cubic inches. And example D, volume equals the area of the base times the height, which is 1/2 times 3 times 5.2, all in parentheses, times 6. We find that the volume there is 46.8. In this case, millimeters cubed. Find the volume of each prism. Round to the nearest tenth if necessary. So in number 1, we have a rectangular prism. So we're going to use volume equals length times width times height. So volume equals 11 times 5 times 4, which is 220 cubic inches, or inches cubed. Number 2, again another rectangular prism. Volume equals length times width times height. 9 times 15.6 times 12 gives us 1,684.8 millimeters cubed. Number 3, we have a triangular prism, so we're going to use this formula. Volume equals the area of the base times the height. The area of the base is 1/2 times 3 times 7. All of that times 6, which gives us a volume of 63, in this case, cubic yards. Number 4, volume equals the area of the base times the height. The area of the base is 1/2 times 5 times 3.4. All of that times 8.6, which gives us a volume of 73.1. In this case, cubic centimeters. One cabinet measures 3 feet by 2.5 feet by 5 feet. The second measures 4 feet by 3.5 feet by 4.5 feet. Which cabinet has the regular volume? The greater volume. So cabinet 1, volume equals length times width times height. 3 times 2.5 times 5 gives us 37.5 cubic feet. Container number 2, or cabinet number 2, again, volume equals length times width times height, because these are both rectangular prisms. 4 times 3.5 times 4.5 gives us a volume of 63 cubic feet. So box 2 has the greater volume. 3 vocabulary terms in this lesson: volume, rectangular prism, and triangular prism, again in your notable, for students to memorize and be tested upon. At this point, you should quit the video. Go to NICU, www.nicu.net, log in with your student number and your student number, last name, password, and take lesson quiz 11.9.